Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. It's Thursday, February 16th, 2017. One of the big headlines today is about Donald Trump lashing out at the media in a 77-minute press conference. Everyone who's writing about this is emphasizing the length of the press conference because it's unprecedented. Presidents don't typically speak this long to the media. Possibly never before. Here it's written, Donald Trump held a 77-minute press conference with reporters today that may go down as the most unhinged public appearance ever by an American president. Trump facilitated between rambling, boastful belligerence, and attempts to wheedle the press into being kinder to him. As news spread on social media, viewers flocked to the White House YouTube channel to watch the spectacle live. But the speech is sure to be viewed by many more in the days, weeks, and years to come. So, 77 minutes, the focus of this unhinged speech. 77, a specific number to Washington, D.C., which is on the 38th parallel, just a hair off the 39th, and on the 77th meridian. Recall on September 11th, 2001, it was Flight 77 that hit the 77-foot-tall Pentagon, which has 7 floors, 5 above ground, 2 below, exactly 77 minutes after taking off. Notice the word theater equals 77, so does power, so does Judaism. If you write out September 11th, it sums to 77. Just like if you write out Jimmy Garoppolo, it sums to 77. This past September 11th, Jimmy Garoppolo was starting for the Patriots. That day I said why Jimmy Garoppolo would win his game despite being a 10-point underdog. Showed what the Patriots had to do with 9/11 and why the Patriots very well would go on to win the Super Bowl, as they did. So anyhow, 77-minute speech today, special number to DC. The word Jew in Gematria sums to 38, and the Jewish part of the Bible is the Old Testament, which is of 39 books, just a hair off the 39th. Think about Hollywood, theater, Judaism. Think about Donald Trump, who's been in Hollywood movies, TV shows, The Apprentice, the WWE. Donald Trump, one of many former actors to go to office in Washington, D.C. This is because the world truly is a stage. Our government is a puppet government. Our executive branch, our legislative branch, our judicial branch, they are 3 different theaters. There is no authority in those buildings. Well, they have power, but understand that none of those people are doing anything other than take orders. The people who truly govern over this nation are the Jewish banker tyrants that established this nation, funded the slave trade, funded the wars, funded the genocide of the natives. This is the untold Jewish history of the United States of America, which is still ongoing. There's a reason you can't speak against the Jewish people. It's because overwhelmingly they are the real tyrants of this world. I'm not speaking against all Jewish people. I'm speaking of the Zionists in high places who run the show, and all the Jewish people who allow it to go on and never say a peep about it, which is almost every Jewish person alive. These people have created this world as we know it by the numbers. Gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words, a Jewish practice. Our English language is absolutely based on it. Everything Donald Trump does is by the numbers. This man's life is controlled like a puppet on strings. He might as well be the orange Oompa Loompa Pinocchio. CNN's headline, Trump lashes out. Gematria 55, matching today's date numerology. The word Satan equals 55. So does the word God in reverse ordinal. Special number 55. The 10th Fibonacci number. In the Bible, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times, and their name is the synagogue of Satan. Those are the Zionist Jews in this world who Donald Trump works for. They're calling him the first Jewish president because all of his children have married into Jewish families, except for his youngest boy, who's only 10. In the press conference, Donald Trump brought up Pizzagate. Pizzagate. Remember, Michael Flynn just resigned the other day for something that supposedly went down with Russia. Donald Trump said that was fake news. He said that's just all media BS. Michael Flynn's son months ago had to resign for tweeting about Pizzagate. His son was a part of the administration, had to resign. Donald Trump brought up Pizzagate and fake news in this 77-minute press conference. I want you to notice that Pizzagate and fake news have the same gematria. No surprise there. On YouTube, it's been the former Huffington Post employee, supposedly recently fired and then went on the Pizzagate thing, David Seaman, Jewish guy using a fake name. Pizzagate's supposed to be about the molestation of children, sex, Seaman, David Seaman, a name with the same gematria as propaganda. The number that the Zionist Jews worship, 93, the number that the Zionist state of Israel was built around. With regards to fake news, there were also these headlines about the Pizzagate investigator Edgar Madison Welch, who went to the pizza location in Washington, D.C., and supposedly was carrying AR-15s. Fake news also has gematria of 84, like United States of America, like Edgar Madison Welch. So the thing to understand here about Donald Trump calling fake news to all these things, this is the complicated part to understand. Donald Trump is saying the truth when he's saying these stories are fake news, from Russia to Pizzagate. But he knows that that's the truth, and he's playing his part in being a half-truther. Because what he's not coming out and saying is, yeah, and so is pretty much everything else that is presented to you, including September 11th and ISIS and Al-Qaeda. See, there's other fake news stories he goes along with. And he also realizes that he was born and bred to be the president. As I've proven, he was participating in TV shows and commercials that foreshadowed his presidential win in 2016 for decades. So Donald Trump knows how fake the news is, how fake the nation is, how fake and rigged the elections are, and he just goes along with it. But by him also saying things that are partly true, you know what? Donald Trump, his legacy, he's going to go down as a liar, a buffoon, a clown, a failure. And when people look at him saying things in the past, such as calling the media fake news, for people who don't know better, they're going to use that as a validation that the media is truthful and honest. You see? That's what the game is. Show you a bit more about this David Seaman, another Jewish agent in the media. David Seaman. Numbers of propaganda in Saturn, former Huffington Post employee. The Huffington Post has the same gematria as the Synagogue of Satan, the name for the false Jews. Philadelphia, in reverse ordinal sums to 223. In the Bible, the letters written to the Church of Philadelphia about the false Jews who are said to rule in the end times. Couldn't get any more perfect. Another psyop right now, another fake news type of story to be aware of. Pizzagate really was fake news. A psyop aimed at the truth community, meant to make them look foolish, made to make them look like conspiracy theorists, foolish conspiracy theorists. That's what they want by giving us this fake news that's meant to dupe us. Another one of these similar things is flat earth theory. This is another psyop targeting the truth community. We've heard the recent former President Barack Obama saying he doesn't have time for the flat earth community. Joe Biden said that as well. Of course, they're doing that because this flat earth theory has been waged by our government, putting it out there to dupe people, to discredit the truth community, same way as Pizzagate. And you know what else? The truth community was also duped into Donald Trump. You know, Alex Jones, the shill, promoting the Donald. If you missed the video I just put out on today's Time magazine cover, there's a lot that's coded into nothing to see here. Numbers that have a lot to do with JFK, his assassination, this Time magazine cover on the same day that the news is saying maybe, one of the worst public speaking moments for a president. That's what they're calling Donald Trump's speech today, his press conference. lasting 77 minutes, the theater show that it was. So we'll wrap it up right here, Truth Seeker. Until next time.